Another week, another late Monday vlog. Well, what has happened in the past week? Not much. The thing about quarantine is I'm not supposed to go anywhere, and so I'm not motivated to go anywhere, and so I'm not motivated to do anything. I'm not motivated to get up in the morning or anything. I set alarms, I sleep right through them. It's not good. I'm not enjoying myself. At first I was like, it's a fun break, other than the breaking my heart of not being able to direct the short film. But otherwise I was decently okay with it, because it convenience a little bit. But at this point, I'm not motivated to do anything. I'm barely motivated to paint more or get out of bed. I barely painted in the past week. I did a little blip. But jack shit, really. Something I have done in the past week is watch a handful of movies. Some I've already seen, some I haven't seen. I watched Alien. Yeah, it's a classic. I can see why. It's very tense and very well built. You would not find success currently in modern day culture because we want action, action, action. And the fact that Alien takes a long time before action happens, today's audiences would hate it for that reason. Another movie. Oh, the thing about Alien is I was able to predict a few things, and I don't really like when I predict things. But that's not a bad thing on Alien. I'm able to predict it. A lot of movies are predictable. Not me being a genius, being able to predict them. I like to think I am, but I just don't like when I'm able to predict what a movie or a TV show is gonna do, and I often find myself doing that. Oh, in books too, especially in books, it sucks. Like, I would remember I have to read books for my AP English class in high school, and when I was and I had to fucking annotate them, which is just writing commentary questions, a lot of stuff in the book as you read it. And often when I would get to a plot point and be like, I think this is going to happen, I'd write it down, and soon enough, 2 chapters later, it happened. And I would get pissed off. At least in the book that everybody in early high school loved, I believe it was The Red Queen? You know, about like red blood and silver blood. Bad book. Sucks. I mean, it's an interesting world that like the author creates, but the author did not make an interesting story. Very predictable, very boring, very just stereotypical of like, oh, she's poor and she's not unique, and then one thing and she's super unique and she's this amazing person and she's gonna break the surface of this utopia and defeat evil. BS. So I'm not gonna read the second book. I don't know if it's only 2 books or 3 books. I don't know. I'm not gonna read another one because it was bad. It left on a cliffhanger, so obviously there's gonna be more. I'm not gonna read them. Sucks. Another movie I watched recently. Napoleon Dynamite. Why is that a classic? It's definitely obscure and like surely different from movies today and then. But why is that a classic? It's just strange. Why does pop culture enjoy it as much as it does? Or are people just fake when they say they like it, or reference Vote for Pedro and they never actually seen the movie? It's not a good movie. It's not a bad. It's intriguing. It's well shot. It's just the storyline is not fun. 30 minutes in, and I checked how long was left. And luckily enough, it's one of the movies back in the time where movie was an hour and 30 minutes. And so Napoleon Dynamite, watch it once, never again. Movie-wise, that's what I've watched. I mean, like I said, I watched some things that I've already watched and I love. One of my top movies out of 3. One of my top 3 movies is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Still a good movie. Still stands tall. The story is good. I read like half of the book and then forgot. It's just a good movie, and it's well done, and good acting, and enjoyable. Oh, that's what else. I watched It Chapter 2. That, I have an interesting take on that. Lovely cast. I love the cast. I'm devastated that Stanley killed himself. Holy shit. And so early in the movie, I was like, oh no. But movie-wise, analytical movie-wise, it is far too fast. That movie is 3 hours, and it felt like maybe 1 hour. The first movie is much more well-paced. Like, there's a story, there's a slowdown, and the story is picked up again when they meet up again, and it feels like a 3 hour movie. The second one is way too fast. They should have, like, they was cramming too much information, and it was just action, 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 and just what people would want, I suppose, but I didn't like it. I didn't like how fast it was. Still a good story, still good, overall cinematography, and acting and all that jazz. Good. Too fast. It didn't feel like the course of 2 days. Maybe it's just that fast in the book and they were just following it. Or maybe they just wanted to cram all of it into one last movie and it just wasn't right. Either way, still a good movie, but I do prefer the first. The first is much better paced. So I was hoping to do a more interesting video. I couldn't find my camera, so it's another phone video. Well, actually, I do know my camera. It's over there. It's just I lost a lens because I let my friend use my camera. He had a different lens that he wanted to use, so he used my camera. He used a different lens, so he took off my lens, and I lost it, which is not good. I'm sure it's somewhere in my house. I just don't know where. Yeah. So maybe next week I'll make a more interesting video. Maybe watch more classics and give my 2 cents. Until then, bye-bye.